This video, let us discuss about variables and data types in C program. So what is a variable? The definition of variable is it's a value which changes during the execution. So in C program, as I said, there are two things like constants and variables. So with constants, those values will not be changed. Whereas variable, the values can change during the time of execution of the C program. So it's basically an identifier. Identifier is nothing but the name which we give for the memory location where a data is stored. So that is your variable. Variable is a name or an identifier given for the memory location where data is stored. So there are certain rules like variable name length cannot be more than 31 characters. So examples of variable names are height, a, b, sum, all these are certain examples. So as you could see, all are in the lower case. So if you use an uppercase, it means it's a constant, not a variable. So there is a syntax for a variable declaration. So always before using a variable, you have to declare it. What is declaration? Declaration, it consists of a data type followed by one or more variable names separated by the comma. So like this is the syntax. You have a data type followed by the variable name. You can have a single variable name or multiple variable names with the comma which are comma separated. What is data type? We'll understand now. So variable initialization, like how you have variable declaration, there is something called variable initialization, which is nothing but you're assigning a value to the declared variables. So values assigned during the declaration or it could be done after the declaration. Like in this example, you have int, int, this is nothing but the data type. Int stand for integer. Then you have three variables a, b, c. So which are comma separated. So these are three variables of data type integer, which means they can have or they can say only the integer type of values. They can hold only the integer type of values. This first line is nothing but the variable declaration. Now in the second line, if you could see, I am assigning some values using this equality operator. A equals to 10, comma B equals to 20, comma C equals to 30. This is nothing but assigning a value to the variable. So this is called variable initialization. The first line is variable declaration. Next, variable initialization. Now let us see what are data types. So data types will tell us what is the type of the variable or type of the data stored in the variable. So that is your data type. In C program, we have four basic classes of data types like int, which is nothing but an integer that could be a signed or unsigned number, float, which is nothing but a decimal point number. Again, you have signed or unsigned. Double, double is nothing but double precision floating point. It's also of type float, just the precision changes here. Char stands for a character set. So in this table you could see what is the variable type and what is the keyword we use for the particular variable. How much is the memory size of that variable could have, and the range followed by the format which could be used in the input output statements. So for instance, if you could see for integer, if it is of type signed integer, then the number of bytes required to store a signed integer is 2 bytes. And the range of the integer values we can have is this. It's okay. So it's a 5-digit precision and the format is nothing but %d. So like this you have various types of variable supported in your C program. Now let us do a simple program to know, to understand this variable declaration and execution. So I'm again going to this one compiler. So inside the main, I'm going to declare the variables. So what is the aim of the program is, let me compute sum of two integers. So this is the objective of my program. So this program has to calculate sum of two integers. So since I'm handling the integers, so I should use the data type of int, and I have two numbers to be added. So let me declare two variables. This a and b are it's specific to the programmer. The programmer has freedom to give the name of the variable, provided we have to follow some rules, like you should not have blank space in the variable name, and I should have one more variable to save the result, which is nothing but sum. So this is nothing but variable declaration. So I have done the variable declaration now. The next step is, I should know what is the values of A and B. For that, I will use something called scanf. Scanf is nothing but input statement which will help us to get the input from the users. So here I'm going to get two inputs. So that is the reason I'm using %d %c, comma, ampersand a, comma, ampersand b. So this is the syntax of your scanner. What is this %d? It's a format specifier or for the integer type. D is for integer type. If you have another type like float, you should use it as EF, %EF. And this ampersand is nothing but address. So the value which I am reading is stored at this memory location, which is named as variable A, which is identified using the variable A. So before that, let me give one printf statement for, so that the programmers can understand what are we going to do. So enter the two integers. So just to tell the programmers or the users what are the inputs needed, I have included this printf. Once I get the input, the next task is computing the sum. So sum is nothing but a plus b. And after getting the sum, let me write sum of entered numbers. Entered numbers is %d, use a format specifier, and then outside the double quotes, write the variable names. So this is the program. Let us run it. Okay, I was missing to give the inputs. So you have to enter the inputs. So since the program needs your input, so enter the input here. Input for the program. So what are the inputs? You are going to enter two inputs, A and B. So let me write 5 and 6. Then run the program. So you are getting the result. The sum of entered numbers is 11. So actually this line is not needed when you're handling with the one compiler. So if it is your other compilers, since it's an online compiler, you can provide the input directly here. Otherwise, when you're running, you will get a prompt. So this is the output. The sum of entered numbers is 11.